Previously on The Amazing Spider-Man, the sins of Norman Osborn has been destroyed once and for all. Now Peter Parker can take a well-deserved break to focus on his personal life. That includes his new girlfriend, Shay Marken, a nurse from the Ravencroft Institute. But every time, Peter and Shay's date have been ruined by Spider-Man's interference. Either he forgot his wallet to pay the bills or got engaged in a crime fighting. Shay is also upset that Peter is doing this every time. She really likes him, but every time Peter comes either late or rush quickly in the middle of their date, and this time the same thing happens. While talking with Shay, Peter sees two criminals, Rhino and Screwball, are wreaking havoc in the street. So Peter decides to leave Shay and solve this matter. But this time, instead of becoming Spider-Man, Peter approaches the criminals in a civilian suit and convinces them to stop just for tonight. Rhino and Screwball also agree to help the poor Peter, and he goes to his girlfriend and saves his date, and they finally accept each other's love. But trouble always finds Peter, as after the gang war event, as Tombstone becomes the new kingpin of crime of New York's underworld, he now sets his target towards Spidey, and he is ready to kill him once and for all. Welcome to Comics2B YouTube channel. In today's video, we will review Chapter 56 of The Amazing Spider-Man. You can get the previous parts on this playlist. So if you guys are new here, please subscribe and turn on all the notifications to never miss any future uploads. Please like, comment and share. All the text and images are owned by its respected company. You can support them by purchasing it digitally or from any offline stores. The issue opens up at MJ's apartment, and it seems MJ and her current boyfriend Paul have invited Peter for the dinner. During the scenes of Goblin, Peter turned into the Spider Goblin and almost killed MJ and Paul for betraying his trust. But now, as everything gets normal, Peter now becomes friends to MJ and Paul, and he also comments that he loves Paul's chicken korma. Paul tells Peter he can take some with him, but Peter has a lot of work to do because crime never stops, especially at the night. To Peter, fighting crime is a passion and also a responsibility, and this reminds Paul something. So after Peter takes a leave, Paul decides to complete his painting works. MJ also leaves to do some shopping, and Paul then walks alone in the crowd. He also gives a lady some free cash. What I can see, Paul seems to be a nice guy, but he made a crime by stealing Peter's girlfriend, and right now there is something going on in his mind, and he arrives into an old apartment and knocks a door. A person named Cale opens the door, and it seems Paul knows him. Cale has no idea who is he, but Paul knows Cale did some work for his father, Dr. Benjamin Rabin, and the panel jumps in his flashback. In Paul's world, he was surrounded by some scientists and saw an object made out of thin air. So one scientist, this world's Cale, tells Paul Dr. Rabin made this with his math. He wants to change this world, but Paul is against that, as his father's work is not making any profit, and Paul decided to stop his father. So he sent Cale to check on him, but it's been an hour. Cale hasn't returned, so Paul decides to check the room by himself. So as he tries to open the door where his father is working, he feels a massive shock and some symbolic patterns on the wall, and as he goes inside, he sees his father has turned into a complete evil. And then Paul gets shocked when he sees Cale, who is lying dead on the floor. Benjamin Rabin killed him, sacrificed Cale for his god wife. Paul gets hurt by his father's act, and he somehow blames himself for Cale's death, as he was the one who sent him here. So now in this world, Paul visits this reality Cale to pay for his mistakes. So Cale tells him after Rabin got arrested, it came out he was doing some weird stuff in his lab. He didn't know any of that. So after that, finding work has been really hard for him. So Paul offers Cale if he has any problems, money, help, he can call him. He will do whatever he can to help Cale. But Cale is still confused as why he is doing this. So Paul replies he did not deserve what happened to him in that lab, so he wants to repay for his crime. And Paul silently leaves the apartment, as now it is his responsibility to undo all of his father's mistakes. But in case of Peter, he is about to get confronted by Tombstone. The panel jumps in the past, a long time ago, when Tombstone was working under Kingpin. He brought him to witness the hunt, and Tombstone sees a male lion is eating his own cub. Tombstone thinks it's a total messed up, but Kingpin says it is nature. There is no right or wrong, only power and hunger. Power is protected, or we live in hunger. But Tombstone cannot agree with this method, so Kingpin gives him a cold reply that he had killed his own kid if it came to that. That time, Tombstone doesn't agree with Kingpin's method, but now he is a changed man. His own daughter Janice, that he loved the most, now he hates her because of the recent gang war, and he blames Spider-Man for that, as during the war, Tombstone allied with Spider-Man to save his daughter from going too far. But when the final battle between Janice and the other gang leaders' forces came, Tombstone betrayed Spider-Man to become the new King kingpin of crime, and Spider-Man didn't take that well. So instead of taking down Tombstone, Spidey has been playing the trickster and ruining Tombstone's reputation with the other gangs, making it seem like his alliance with Tombstone is still ongoing, and Tombstone is not happy with this, and he is going to end it by killing Spider-Man. So one night, when Peter was returning home, on his way, he meets Randy, Janice's boyfriend, and he is pissed at Spider-Man. He blames Spidey to put Janice in jail, but between their argument, a car stops in front of them, and Tombstone shows up. He tells Peter to come inside. So Peter gives Randy a contact detail and tells him to let his friend know where he is. So Peter goes inside, and Tombstone tells the reason. He wants Peter to give Spider-Man another message. He is ruining his business and he has to pay for it. He wants to beat him to death in front of every crime lords, and that message is going to be Peter Parker himself, as right now he is going to kill him first and then Spider-Man. His spider sense begins to alert Peter, and he quickly understands what is coming next, and Tombstone moves at a full speed. Peter wants to avoid his attack, but he can't, as it exposes his identity as Spider-Man, so he has to take a hit. And inside that car, Tombstone begins to brutalize Peter. But after getting some hits, Peter realizes it isn't working. He tries to escape from the car, but Tombstone grabs him and pulls him inside and pins him into the floor. Time is running out, and then Peter reveals the card he gave Randy. It wasn't Spider-Man's number, and suddenly their car gets crashed, and someone pulls Tombstone out of his car, and it is Luke Cage and She-Hulk. Randy contacts them to help Peter. So as a mayor of New York, Luke wants Tombstone to stand down. He is under arrest, but Tombstone doesn't listen to him. He wants to end this fight, but this isn't a fair fight. Both Luke and She-Hulk begin the brutal beatdown, and Spidey also joins the fight as he wants to show Tombstone who is the boss. So the cops arrive and they take Tombstone in the court. So the next day, everyone gather at the court. Tombstone remains calm as he knows he will get the bail. And once he come out, he will kill Peter Parker. And there he sees Randy. Tombstone smiles as he knows Randy cannot harm him. Peter knows that well, but then he sees someone and it changes Tombstone's reaction. And it is Janice. His own daughter has turned the state's evidence. Tombstone betrayed her at the end of Gang War, and she wants her revenge as Spider-Man convinced her to stand against him. Tombstone was shocked by his daughter's arrival, but then something changes in his eyes. He almost looks like a lion, ready to eat his own cub. And with this, the chapter 56 of The Amazing Spider-Man comes to a close. So which part you like the most? Please share your thoughts on the comment section down below, and please like this video and do subscribe, as this will motivate me to make more contents. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.